This is a tricky one because you're torn between growing the game, the international game, and also the impact it may have on state of origin. Samoa bosses hold talks with Tino Fa'asuamaleaui over allegiance switch, Peter Bedell reports in the Daily Telegraph. Titans skipper Tino Fa'asuamaleaui has held talks with the Samoa bosses as they attempt to poach the Queensland origin enforcer, with Samoan coach Ben Gardner meeting with Tino. Fa'asuamaleaui's agent Simon Mamino said, Tino has been approached by Samoa. There's definitely some interest, and if they get all the players they are chasing, it's a very formidable team. He was part of the Australian team that beat Samoa 30-10 in the 2022 World Cup final at Old Trafford. Meninga, who is a staple here on Thursdays on the Jimmy Smith program, he spoke on the Throwdown about the potential signings to Samoa of Tino, Payne Haas and others playing for Australia.
Well, Tino and I have had this conversation over many years. I've known Tino for ages. Certainly not Payne. You know, Payne's made it public. Again, it doesn't particularly worry me. I mean, I always assumed. You see, you make these assumptions, I guess, around what may happen in the future, and you try to plan for that. And that's what I do. I try to plan for, the worst case scenario in a way, I guess. And I knew at some stage perhaps Payne would want to do that. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with the team we picked, but I can guarantee. This is the thing that sort of worries me a little bit, because I'm a nationalist. I love this. I put Australia first. It's really important. At some stage, if we keep on going on the way we're going, at some stage, you pick an Australian. We might be picking an Australian team out of the National Rugby League, not out of Origin. For life of me, I don't quite understand why we turn down a green and gold jersey and not go play for your country against our old foe, the English, in a National Series, 3 games. It's a tremendous honour to do that.
What do you think, Miss Ol?
I think it's easy, Joel. I think the only 2 teams that are really negatively affected by this are New Zealand and England. The fact that Samoa and Tonga are still considered Tier 2 nations and you can play Origin and play International, I think is a farce. It's a simple one. Either make Tonga and Samoa Tier 1 nations, or make England and New Zealand Tier 2 nations, and make it fair for them, because all this talent's just being sucked out of New Zealand, because if they have any kind of eligibility, they go, well, look, we can get paid $30,000 a game to go play for New South Wales or Queensland, plus we can still play for Samoa. So see you later, New Zealand, who it had been revealed, I think it must have been late last year before I left, the payments for the Australian and New Zealand international teams have come way, 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 way down. So it's not more financially beneficial to play for Australia than Samoa.
That's right.
State of Origin will live on long after Payne Haas or Tino Fa'asuamaleaui. It'll live on long after Jerome Luai, Stephen Crichton and Brian Toto as well. I just think pick one. Pick your nation of heritage if you want to. Love it. Love the international game to be stronger, but don't come back and play for New South Wales or Queensland. State of Origin is in my mind, a patriotic thing for Australia, for New South Wales and Queenslanders and Australians.
Okay, so people are going to be polarised on this topic, and I'm in opposition to you. I'm in opposition to Denon Kemp, who agrees with you. And I understand why you say what you say. It's just that I disagree, and that's fine. We are heading into multicultural round, and you do have a lot of people who may have been born in Australia but do have the very proud heritage to want to support their family. Maybe that's the case of the Luais. Maybe that's the case of, Stephen Crichton and others. So I personally don't think you need to be eligible for Australia to play for State of Origin. State of Origin, we've already it's not State of Origin, is it? If it was truly State of Origin, unless you were born in New South Wales or Queensland, you would be you'd be ineligible, right? So we've already sort of tinkered it a little bit. In the past, people like Sonny Bill Williams, he went to school in New South Wales. He played for the junior New South Wales side. Ronaldo Militalo did the same for Queensland. And whether they chose to go play for New Zealand, that's fine. I don't think you have to be eligible for Australia or make yourself available for Australia to play State of Origin. I think State of Origin is just a showpiece. You can't have Sam Burgess, who comes out, as a 21-year-old already. They don't qualify. But if you have grown up to a certain age, and I think 13 is a bit young because people are moving out at 15 and 16 and other things. I think if you've grown up in a state from, say, 15 or 16, not 13, then go for your life. Play State of Origin. Play for New Zealand. Play for Tonga. Play for Samoa, whatever the case may be. Thoughts? I know you disagree, which is fine, but can you kind of see that as well?
I understand it. The thing I think we need more clarity about is why Samoa and Tonga are still Tier 2 nations. I keep hearing this line that, well, they don't have as much money to put into junior development, etc., administration, whatever. Well, let's be honest. It's not the Australian Rugby League who's developing young players for us to play for Australia. It's the clubs, right? The clubs are doing all the development levels. So forget about these tiers. The tiers, I think, make a bit of a joke of it. For me personally, and maybe it's a matter of being a little bit more stubborn or a little bit more conservative in my views, but I would question a person's passion for Origin, which is what the game has been built on. The reason that it's the biggest product in rugby league is because the passion that comes out from the fans. And as a very passionate New South Wales fan, I want to see that mirrored in the people representing me and my state. And I don't believe that will be the case if you let it keep going, if you let those selection criteria get looser and looser and looser.
No, I understand. And a lot of people are going to have your opinion as well. I just think we want the best for State of Origin, therefore the best players. If we can have Sonny Bill Williams, who was a resident in New South Wales at a junior, put him in. Ronaldo Militalo, put him in for Queensland. We are building the international game by Tonga and Samoa being stronger. But it is a polarising topic. Not everyone agrees with that. Do Australia need Tino? Do Australia need Payne Haas? As you said, the game goes on without him. But, of course, we'd love to have him. What, you're still here? Well, you can see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio, you beautiful humans.